again. Happy Mental Push-Up Tuesday as we come off our 3-day weekend, but we still putting in those mental push-ups. And if this is your first time joining Mental Push-Up Mondays, I'd just like to give a big old welcome to you. This vlog is all about personal growth and development and about us becoming the best versions of ourselves, because we know by us becoming the best versions of ourselves, we get the opportunity to create our best and most authentic lives. So welcome to you. Today we're going to do a bit of an In My Feelings challenge, and not the one by Drake. We are going to talk about managing our emotions. So this message is inspired. I'm just gonna name and claim it. This has been by far one of the most challenging things that I have ever had to do, learning to manage my emotions. It was so hard, and it's an ongoing process. So this process is not yet finished. This is one that I'm continuing to work through. But this message inspired multiple things, actually. So I think the first thing was that about 2 weeks ago, we went our fun Friday meetings. I love meetings. Anyways, so we went in one of our meetings and we were talking about emotional management. And so I had to self-reflect. And this, as I said, this is the mental push-ups are all push-ups for me, because this is hard. Either I'm in, like I'm fully feeling my feelings, or I'm just shutting it down. It's one of the two. So it gave me an opportunity to self-reflect. And then I think the second thing, this past weekend, one of my teammates had passed away about 2 weeks ago, and I just, I hadn't really felt anything over the course of the week until I really got to the funeral. And so it became a reality for me. And so I had to experience some emotions that I wasn't really comfortable with, like sadness and just things like that. And so I just wanted to share my thoughts on managing our emotions. But before we dive in today, I just want to take a moment and I just want to dedicate this vlog to my teammate and friend from high school, Kirby High School, April Denise Parham, aka Ham and Cheese. So what I talked about last week about saying yes to life, she definitely did that. I mean, she traveled all over the world and she was just an inspiration to many of those, and she touched many kids' lives. So I just want to say I love you. I know you down here looking at us from up above, and I just want to take this moment to dedicate this vlog to you. So I think the first thing was I had to recognize that feelings are neither good nor bad. They're just part of the human experience. Every single expression or emotion or feeling that you have, they're all valid. Every single one of them. Neither of them are good or bad. So I know for me, I just used to want to be happy all the time. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be happy. But that's just not reality. There also is anger, there is disappointment, there's sadness, there's all these other feelings, and they're perfectly normal. But I think by me letting go of that idea that I couldn't feel any, I couldn't feel any other emotion, or I just made one emotion better than the other, that it allowed me the space and it gave me permission to have whatever feelings that I needed to have. And so just let that be a lesson. If you are challenging the fact that, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way, or judging whatever emotion that you're having, hey, they're all normal. Every single one of them is valid. It's a part of the human experience. Just give yourself permission to have whatever feelings you want to have. So I think the second thing was I had to take responsibility for my feelings. I think I used to say that, oh, you made me feel this way, and then I think another part of that is accepting the fact that people are responsible for their feelings as well. And so I think that for me, when I didn't want to deal with my feelings, what I would do is I would just project, and I would just put it on another person. So it's almost like, I don't want to hold this dirt, so I'm going to throw it on you because I didn't want to deal with whatever I was feeling. So I think the second part of that, when we talk about people being responsible for their own feelings, is that normally when people are maybe they're having a bad day, and we take it so personal. Like I know I have a habit of that, is that more than likely has nothing to do with us. It's whatever we're feeling on the inside. So if I'm feeling something, I'm going to project that out to the world. So I think a big part of that is, number one, us owning and accepting that we are responsible for whatever we feel. But the same thing with other people. People are responsible for their feelings as well. So a lot of times it has nothing to do with us. So I think the third thing is feeling through the feelings. Now, this is the thing about emotions and feelings. They are going to come out whether you experience them or not. Like, they gonna come out subconsciously, inadvertently, out of the blue somewhere, or they gonna come out by you taking and you managing and controlling them. So whenever I think about this, it was like a situation about 4 years ago. I mean, I was a worse stuffer than I am now. Like, I just stuffed my feelings. I didn't even want to deal with them. And so I just had a moment where I just freaking lost it out of nowhere. I think we were cleaning upstairs in the office, and I just lost it. I went in the shower and I was like, just with the shower curtain and everything, just screaming at the top of my lungs. But it was because I would not feel my feelings. I would just say, I would just try to get rid of them and be like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm feeling, but I just try to push it away and not deal with it. They're going to come out anyway. Whatever we're experiencing in our hearts and in our feelings, they coming out. So we might as well take an opportunity to go through it and actually feel the feeling. Because the other part of that is our breakthrough is on the other side of us feeling through the feeling. Not jumping over it, because that's my drug of choice. I go to my therapist, I be like, Dawn, I already told you what the issue is. Let's just get to the solution. But it's very helpful because usually when I leave those sessions, and even when I do this by myself, I'm healed. I'm healed in the sense of I know, I'm thinking about how I can do this in a different way, or I've learned something new about myself. All it is just data to help you grow. So I think the last thing, and this is really a work in progress for me because I'm literally trying to navigate this terrain as we speak. But I find something that's been very helpful for me is just getting really curious about the feelings instead of judging them. Because I think what's been helpful for me is asking myself the 3 W's. And so 3 powerful questions. And I think, again, this goes back to us knowing ourselves. So the first question, where did it come from? We all have situations and circumstances that make us who we are. So we have to be willing to dig deep into ourselves and ask, where did this come from? What experience have I had that maybe shaped the feelings that I'm having right now? And then I think, secondly, why am I experiencing this feeling? What messaging am I saying to myself why I'm feeling this way? So sometimes we can be telling ourselves a story. We can say, oh, well, this is why I'm feeling this. So my vulnerability is often, if I'm in a disagreement, the word you, it sets me off. If someone, I feel like blame, I get defensive. And so I recognize it's like, oh, I'm feeling angry because I feel like this person is calling me a liar. They hadn't even said that. But me being aware of that, it helps me navigate it in a more healthy way, which leads to the last question, what am I going to do about it? How am I going to move forward? Because I think where I tend to get stuck is I have a feeling, I just stay in it. And so we have to ask ourselves, how am I going to move forward in a different way? So, for instance, when I had that breakdown in my car on Friday evening, I said to myself, you know what this has taught me is that connections and relationships, they matter. And so, because I know I like to bust it. I like to go work. I love to do it. But I also understand it's important for me to spend time with my parents and my friends and things like that. So let's wrap this up in a nice little bow. Number 1, own and acknowledge that feelings are neither good or bad. It's part of the human experience. Every feeling that you have, it is absolutely valid. Number 2, we are 100% responsible for our feelings. No one can make us feel anything, but also understand people are responsible for their feelings as well. Thirdly, feel through whatever feelings that you have. We can't jump over them. We got to go through them to get to the breakthrough. And then lastly, get curious about what's really going on inside of you. Because we have to ask ourselves the 3 W's. Where did it come from? Why am I feeling this? And what am I going to do about it in a healthy way? So get out there this week. Do those mental push-ups. Much love and light. Be bold. Be brave. Be you because you are beautiful. And I am out.